You have been the greatest soldier in a war between our world and the next. But something else is awakened. Beyond good, beyond evil.
The Witch Queen has returned to destroy us.
Say witch hunter.
Witch hunter.
The Last Witch Hunter, rated PG-13, October 23rd.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Miserable Movie Mafia podcast.
Fred has returned.
I'm back, and I gotta be honest with you people. I am becoming completely numb to terrible movies.
Yes.
This one was bad. What do we see this week, Matt?
Well, I want to start off by saying I might not have the greatest voice because I've only slept 3 hours in the past 2 days. Console Con kicked my ass, and matching with the cold that I'm still getting over.
It's the globalists.
It's the globalists have poisoned me. All right, anyhow. I'm not getting into an Alex Jones rant right now. We saw The Last Witch Hunter.
Yeah. And this movie clearly was terrible. It's Vin Diesel playing an old, what's supposed to be an old English knight, and of course he still talks like a Mongoloid, has no English accent whatsoever.
Yes.
Doesn't resemble an English knight in the least.
Best casting ever.
They throw in Elijah Wood.
Yes.
Who's looking even more wussified, and
he looks more confused every time I see him in a new movie. Like, why am I here?
He's like Benjamin Button. He looks like he's getting younger as he's getting older.
Yeah. It's like they put him in a movie and he's just like, he has that look like, why am I here? Have you not seen that show I was in? where it was a man dressed as a dog?
I think
I was the only one that saw him.
I think I watched like 15 minutes of that show and said enough. Enough of this. You're only good in The Good Son. That was it.
And then they had the redhead that was, I think she was in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah. She was in this. She was the...
And she doesn't get naked like she did in Game of Thrones, so it's not worth the time.
No. I was almost going to say thank God she didn't, but...
It doesn't look too bad. Poor Ginger, she's all right looking.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'd feed it to her. But anyway, I digress.
feed it to her like a never-ending Chinese buffet.
Yeah. But,
yeah, so enough about that.
It's I'm not even angry this is bad. This was bad. I'm becoming completely numb to all this shit. And this is what Hollywood wants. It's a big conspiracy. They're just flooding crappy movies out there, so you become numb to it. And then when the crappy movies come out and you go, yeah, that's great. Let's go see it. Well, this is crap, and I'm not affected by it in the least. I don't care. I just, no more anger. I'm just dead to it.
That's our review. No, there's even if I'm not angry about it, there's a good bit of stuff in this that made no sense.
Like 95% of the movie.
Like 95% of the movie. When the movie first started, and it was like back in the, I guess, Nordic-ish times, because everybody had beards, and it was
Middle East.
Yeah. Everybody had beards and it was like fog everywhere. So I guess I meshed that together with Nordic people.
Yeah.
But like that whole part of the movie, like the first 5 minutes is like kind of, it's good. And then like when that ends, I'm like, no, bring that back. Well, I don't want this to be meshed with modern times because it doesn't make sense. Bring that back. Bring that time period back.
It's good until you see Vin Diesel like emerge from like the group of like 12 knights. You see Vin Diesel with a fucking beard and a Vikings haircut.
He just looked like a surprise Santa the whole time.
And you're just like, oh shit, here we go. As soon as I see that face in any movie, Vin Diesel's face emerges, you're just like, the value of the movie just goes down considerably. He's just the worst.
I also love how it's this whole group of people going there, and they're all like, I'm assuming they all know how to fight, or else I don't know why you go.
Yeah.
But it's like, they're all just getting killed, and he's the only one, like, doing anything. And I'm like, I leaned to you, and I was like, you think maybe you just go by yourself and save a couple lives?
It's like he went with, like, the farm peasants. He didn't show up with actual knights, because they all forget to fight. Vin Diesel's untouchable. He just kicks ass while the other ones are, like, screaming and running from, what are they, tree goblins or whatever the fuck they were.
I also love how, like, the one guy, like, throws his axe into the tree. Because they go into, like, this tree where the Black Plague's coming from because it's this witch that cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And, so this guy's axe hits the tree and he goes to grab it and then, like, these thorns come out of his axe handle.
Yeah.
And he's all poisoned and everything. I'm like, okay, well, I've just seen Vin Diesel stab this tree with his sword a couple of times and pull it out and nothing happened to the wooden handle of his sword.
Well,
how many times, like, the witches, like it would come out of the bottom of the ground and, like, stab people in the feet, like vines of the shit. He's, like, laying there on the ground, writhing in pain because he just fell, like, 10 stories.
Yeah.
And they didn't do any of that to him.
No. No, like I said, there's a vast majority of this movie that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I'm just so beaten from terrible movie, nonstop weekly terrible movies for the beginning of May.
That we even had a break.
Yeah. That I just submitted. I just tapped out.
I just rolled over and let Vin Diesel do whatever he wanted to.
I really am finding, and I think, Matt, you definitely notice this, that in the middle of these shitty movies, I'm just walking out to smoke a cigarette, walking out to make a phone call, walking out to go to the bathroom. You've broke me, Hollywood. You broke my will.
You broke me.
I am submitting. I am done. I'm tapping out. This I don't know how many more shitty movies like this I could take before I'm just, brain dead.
Yeah.
Completely brain dead.
Well, the funny thing about this, like, when the movie started and, like, he goes, he's the one that actually kills the White Witch, as you believe, and she gives him immortality. From that moment, I was like, I know exactly how this is going to go. She's going to come back, and it's going to be like, I have to kill her. But now I found out that if I kill her, I'll also kill me because she gave me my immortality. Yeah. But I have to do it anyway. And then it's like, no, but the power of love.
Yeah. They just take it, they just take that whole aspect to throw it out at the end.
Yeah.
They just say, fuck it. Keep the heart alive.
It's like, well, this time I'll keep it. Yeah. I'll keep it in my closet.
Instead of weird priestly pedophile Elijah Wood.
Yeah. I also, like... so much that made no goddamn sense. And the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, you know what movie, like, it got panned back then, but I'm like, you know what? The movie did this a lot better, I felt, was Constantine. It was like,
I liked Constantine.
Constantine wasn't about witches or anything, but it was still about, like, the other side and all that shit. And, like, I thought that did that so much better, like, showing, like, how he, and then that's, like, in Constantine, when you watch that, he actually shows you, like, how he learned all this stuff and, like, how you can tell this and that, like, and, like, how you can, like, oh, I know that there's somebody who's been here because they left this trace behind, and I can tell just because of this, like, they explain it. Mm-hmm. This one, Vin Diesel just walks in the room and he just, like, looks over, and there's just, like, a lamp. He's just like, magic. And Elijah Wood's like, how can you tell? He's like, he just gets up to the window, he's like, hey. See that? It's just like, and then, like, he does that one thing, and then he just, like, sprinkles some, like, fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch on the ground. And it's just like this fucking thing, like, emerges out of the ground, and then, like, the scrolling all goes around. It's like, it was a concealing spell.
Do you think they just, like, took, like, a camera and followed Vin Diesel around? They didn't have a script. Because he is, like, borderline retarded, and they just got him, like, breathing, like, oh, look at this, I can breathe out a window. And they're like, put this in a movie. And they're just like...
Yeah, they called him, like, breathing on a window, but instead of, like, being the symbol, what he really had on there was, like, when you make the puppy dog paw with your, like, 3 fingers and your thumb, he's just like, look what I did. Puppy paws. And they're like, all right, we can edit that out and put a symbol in there, but good.
I think what they did was they spent 3 days following Vin Diesel around during his normal, everyday activities as a slow adult, got it all on tape, and tried to make a movie out of it.
And then they brought that woman in, they're like, you do this good, Diesel, and we promise you a redhead. And he's just like, ooh, woman. Like woman. They're like, why the fuck was this guy never in a Conan movie?
He's just the worst. Honestly, and it's just, as the finishing maneuver Hollywood did to, like, break me, was like, put Vin Diesel in a movie. when he sees this in mid-October, he'll break.
I mean, it's not only that he was in it. It's like, there was movies that he did that I was like, it's okay, because he didn't speak much. And he was a supporting cast member. So I was like, I can deal with that. But I was just like, this movie starts and it's like, oh, good. He's in a lead speaking role. I was like, yes, I'd love to listen to a guy that sounds like he's just garbling rocks in his mouth.
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel, a green screen, and CGI. And toss in some Elijah Wood.
My God.
And you had...
like, in the opening and some of the stuff in it, I'm like, the set design's kind of nice. Like, it looks cool. It's detailed. Mm-hmm. Like, it's got decent set design. And then, like, when anybody does anything magical, I was like, that looks fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's like the guy that's, like, lighting the one bar on fire. He just, like, breathes into his hand, and it's like... It's like when you used to, I keep thinking of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but it's like, the reason I come back to that is like when you saw the commercials when you were a kid, when they would like show like the cinnamon swirls that ends up on the, like, it was like that exact same graphic. This guy's blown out of his hand, and then this like ball of fire just takes off.
I can't. You could tell by my voice. I'm beaten. I have been beaten. Hollywood, you broke my will. This is, like I said, I'm getting just so numb to it. I'm like a war veteran who's like, I've been through like 5 or 6 battles. I've seen so much terrible things. And now I'm just, by the time I'm going into like my 7th battle, I'm just numb to it. I'm just numb. What are we seeing? What's next? Well, next week we have off because...
Yeah, next week I'm not available because
well, at least we have Spectre coming up.
Yes, I really want to see that.
So Spectre's...
We need a good movie in there. So yeah. The last good movie I believe we saw was Black Mass.
Yeah, that was back, mid-September?
Yeah.
It probably doesn't help that, I'm working 80 hours a week. And
that doesn't help either.
And the movies and TV that I've watched when I do have the time are just terrible too.
Yeah.
Like,
so from time to time, it might just be me every now and then.
Well, I could do it. You gotta remember, Gettysburg is seasonal, so I'll be done that.
Yeah, you'll be done soon. Yeah. But so what I would say about this is, I mean, obviously you can tell by the title, he's hunting witches. And, so it does that whole, like, there's this extra world that normal people can't see. And the one thing that I said to Fred, like, as we're watching this, I'm like, this is kind of, like, they're talking like humans don't notice these things, and there's like a witch, she's like has a flower shop, and she's just like right there using magic in plain view as people are like walking by, like looking at her. Yeah. They're just like, that's nothing. Just ignore that, And then there's like the woman that like her bar burns down, but like before that happens, she's like it's filled with all these people. There's like floating magic lights everywhere, and like people drinking potions, and I'm like, so the whole time this bar's been open, there's never been a human that just kind of wandered in. It's like, what the hell is this? Yeah.
No, that would make sense. The whole fact that Vin Diesel is a medieval English, like old English knight doesn't make sense. So why concentrate on the details? One of the major points of the film, they obviously didn't.
And you know what other movie kind of did this well? It wasn't witches, but it was vampires, but Blade.
Well, Blade was a terrific movie. And like I said, I like Constantine. I actually like it quite a bit.
I mean, but Blade did it even better because, like, they touched on that part that, like, the vampires existed and they hit it better. They hit it well so humans wouldn't be able to tell, and they were able to, like, lure them into where they gathered. Yeah. And even, like, sometimes, like, the humans just wandered in and they're like, oh, good. We got something to feed on, It was just like they had that covered. With this movie, it's just like, cut to this, here's a bar, here's all this shit going on, but they never touch on how they keep humans out. Like, there was just one guy's like, no humans in here, we're good. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I now have my answer. and then the whole, like, Elijah Wood's character at the end, where he just, like, he turns... He turns on him because he wants to, like... Yeah. Well, he turns because he wants to, like, he's serving the queen secretly. Yeah. But it's just great because Vin Diesel's about to kill her, and you just hear this, stop! And he, like, turns, and there he is with a gun, like, to the ginger's throat, and he's just like, no!
He just, and you, like...
Not my queen! And you're just like, what? This just got thrown. Like, somebody wrote it on a Post-it note, just threw it in while they were filming. They're like, please, we need this, because it would be like, shocker of all shockers. We've never done something like this before.
Stop! This ends now!
This ends now, Vin! God damn it!
You kid. Oh.
It was so worthless because like he turns and it's like 2 seconds later he gets killed by the witch. I was like, so what did you even write that in for?
I think that these terrible movies are actually affecting my physical health. And let me tell you why. The last couple of terrible movies we've done, I've had to get up and take an explosive shit in the middle of the movie. Like it's like my system is just completely disagreeing with me.
It's like when your eyes register to your brain's just like, I gotta take a shit.
No, the only time I've ever had to shit, like the last couple of times I've had to shit was the one time I first tried like Kadabi or whatever that burrito place is.
Oh, right. Qdoba.
Yeah. And I was like so amazed by the place. I ended up spending like $35 on Mexican food. And I was out in the parking lot and it just hit me when I was going to my car. And I literally almost shit my pants in the parking lot. I like high-faced a child out of the way to get back in there.
You gotta stop eating Mexican food.
But honest to God, everyone has to hear this story. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. We normally have the people seeing version of this, so here, we didn't see anybody interesting, but Fred ran into this.
So, the people who work at Regal, there's clearly a manager, and they all have walkie-talkies, apparently, all right?
Right.
And there's a manager that, we walk by on our way in and says, we're going early Saturday morning, there's barely anyone there. And he's like, enjoy your film. All right,
Yeah. He was nice, at least.
Yeah. Odd looking, but nice. So, I come out in the middle of the movie, go into the restroom. First thing when I go into the restroom, I just want to point this out. It was one of those scenarios where there were 4 stalls and all the doors were shut.
Yeah.
So you can't tell if they're occupied. All right. So I tried the first one and I hear occupied. So I'm like, oh, sorry. So I don't want to shit next to anybody. So I moved 2 down to the one on the very end and nobody's in there. So I situate myself and make myself comfortable, and I hear a walkie-talkie going off down in the stall. So it's clearly the manager. The walkie-talkie's going off, and he's in there and he's going about his business and he's not being quiet about it. If you catch my drift, meaning there's a whole lot of sound effects going off in there, and he gets on his somebody's on the walkie-talkie, they're like, such and such is here for an interview, is Matt the manager available? Such and such is here for an interview. And, I hear the guy in the stall pick up his walkie-talkie, and he goes, like he's trying to like he's about to release, but he's trying to hold back. He presses the button, and he goes, this is Matt the manager. I'm kind of busy at the fucking unloads. It gets caught on the walkie-talkie. He goes at the moment, like puts it down. Like, goes back to whatever doing what he's doing in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 30 seconds. You could tell the flatulence got caught on the walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie finally responds back. Matt the manager. What was that? Picks up the walkie-talkie again. But I said I'm occupied at the moment. Puts the walkie-talkie back down. About a minute this time. Okay, I think I copied that time. All right, Matt. I'll just keep them up front here.
It's like he's tasting his own brand floating through the air.
He's fucking sifting it like an empty wine glass, and they're like. So yeah, that happened in there. He finally got up, finally finished his business, and strolled on out of there. But I really feel that these shitty movies are making me physically ill when I'm there. Maybe it's the large quantities of cherry Coke I'm drinking.
Might have something to do with it. All that carbonated sugar.
Because I don't drink soda at all during the week. The only time I ever drink soda is when I'm at the movie.
Movie theater, yeah.
I drink water, and I drink coffee. Black coffee, not this pumpkin spice stuff. Not a hipster.
It's all right. I drink pumpkin spice, but I'm not a hipster, though. I like the flavor. Sorry.
Don't need that flavored coffee stuff.
No, I drink black, too. I just, every now and then, I like something with a little flavor in it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you're not doing it pumpkin spice everything at your house.
No. Not at all.
I'm getting real sick of seeing this. And I'll say this, nobody else on the show these are only my viewpoints. Get real sick of seeing the Feel the Burn t-shirts, the scarves, the pumpkin spice everything, and the Prius hybrids out there. So,
all right,
that's another thing. Maybe that's what's making me physically ill.
I guess. Maybe you just need to, like, when you go outside, just close your eyes.
Yeah. Also, another thing, just do a quick shout out. If you want to get kicked off Fred's Facebook, put a nice hashtag Feel the Burn up there on your Facebook. I'll quickly remove you. That's a great way to get that done. So, just want to put that out there as well.
All right. So, all right. Well, back to the movie then. What would you give this?
I'm
so defeated I can't even think of the score.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, Hollywood has put me in the camel clutch, and I am tapping out.
Right.
I'll give it a 2.
Okay.
I mean, if you're looking for something stupid to grab from Jesus Christ.
If you're looking for something that you just want to sit down and it's somewhat actiony, you don't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
This is a good one to go to. Sadly, in my mind, right now for like Halloween, there really wasn't any good scary movies in the theater this year. It was like they dropped the ball, I think.
Well, we got a new Paranormal Activity. We got Paranormal Activity 14.
They dropped the ball. I haven't watched the Paranormal Activity since the second one.
I haven't seen any of them, actually.
I don't. It's not worth it.
I don't have any. I'm not setting time aside. When they first originally came out, I wasn't like, this looks like something I need to go see. I was like, nope.
When they first came out, I was like, didn't we do this with Blair Witch already? But, all right,
like I said,
I'm not falling for that again.
There's only one decent, I gotta be honest with you, only one decent found footage movie, or one watchable found footage movie. That's because of Pop Pop. And that is The Visit.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. If you want somewhat of a horror movie, if you can find it in like the cheap theaters or something, go see The Visit. It's actually, and I've looked back and thought about that since then. And I'm like, you know what? That was the one time I sat down in a theater recently, other than Black Mass, and can say I actually enjoyed myself watching it.
It's like a fine scotch. It just gets
I almost have to retract my score that I gave, because like I still say as a scary movie it didn't work at all, but as like a horror comedy it's almost like a fucking 9 out of 10 right now as I like think back.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put the horror, well, since I've already seen it, I don't know if I could put the horror, but it's like,
he should have
meant to be a horror.
Yeah, he should have just marketed it as a horror comedy, because that's what it worked best as. It's hilarious.
I think it works because he didn't market it like that. Like he thought, like he seriously, like he took himself seriously and was like, "This is my return to glory," and it's like, this is funnier than Police Academy 1. This is fantastic. This is
yeah. Oh my god!
And so like, wait a minute, that's not what this was meant to be. He was supposed to be frightened by Pop-Up.
Yeah.
No, I'm laughing.
No. So I guess I give it probably a 3.
Yeah.
Which is still not very high. I'd say, like, because we always say either to go see it or not see it, I'd say, this is another one to just save your money for and rent it if you're curious. Redbox it.
Yeah, Redbox it up.
Because I can guarantee you right now, this is one of those movies, like, it only had a select amount of showtimes, and it was in only one of the theaters, so it's going to be on DVD before you know it.
I get Facebook updates from Box Office Mojo, and it's already, I think it's Friday numbers, it was in 4th. For its opening day.
That's not good.
That's not going to be good.
Nope. Yeah, this will be a soon to DVD. I'm pretty sure of it.
I think right after Christmas you'll see this pop up on DVD.
Probably. Yeah.
It's like I said, it's pretty bad. If you want something that's a couple notches below the Clash of the Titans remake as far as CGI, then this is. Whew. If you like the Clash of the Titans remake, you think that was great film, then go to Redbox and pick up your copy of The Last Witch Hunter starring Elijah Wood, Vin Diesel, the Ginger from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, and
Michael Caine.
Yeah. Michael Caine's in it.
But, to Michael Caine's credit, and he freely admits this, if he's on the first and last page of the script, no matter what the script is, he'll do it. So
that's true.
He has said that. As long as he's on the first, and as long as he's on the last, it means he didn't die in the movie. He's in it.
And he was pretty much the best actor in the whole thing, too.
Yeah, for the whole 5 to 7 minutes he was in there.
So, wait for a rental.
Yeah.
2 out of 10 from Fred, 3 out of 10 from me.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Just want to remind everybody, if you want to catch Fred's written reviews when he can get to them, because he is a very, very busy man.
This time, we're looking at Christmas, folks. I'll probably catch up around Thanksgiving or Christmas. So
yeah, but you can go check out his website at miserablemoviemafia.wordpress.com. Tell him what you think of the show. Tell him how he's doing.
Yeah.
You can also catch all of our episodes at grindcast.libsyn.com. Mm-hmm. And all of our videos are posted up on YouTube at youtube.com/c/grindedword. As always, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you in the next episode.